people should openly communicate with their partners. So you need to speak before and during sex to each other. You know, tell each other what you want. If they don't already know, and that will help and make things a lot more easier. You know, there's no point the guy doing it so fast, pounce, giving it a passionate, really hard banging sex. Meanwhile, you like the slow motion, love making kind of, Barry White kind of moves. Well, hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Health and Relationship with me, YayraRose, and I hope you have subscribed, guys. New, returning, everybody's welcome to my channel. I hope you find something that helps you today. I hope you guys share and subscribe to this channel, guys. I do have a travel vlog. For those who don't know, I'm going to put the link up for you guys to just check that out as well. But back on today's topic, guys, we are going to be talking about what happens when you lose your virginity. I may have virgins on here. I may have people who have done it before. A lot of people have had sex before but don't know what has actually happened to them, and what is affected down there. If anything has been ruptured, anything has been, damaged, anything has been, we do not know what happens down there once that place has been cracked open. Sorry to put it that way, but yeah, I'm just going to be explaining a little bit more to you, giving you a little bit more information just so that you know, okay, all right, okay, so now I get it, kind of thing. If you know something that I don't know, guys, always feel free to share that with me, because I want to know as well. Yeah, so people often use the phrase loss of virginity to refer to a person's first time having sex. So we're going to be talking about the effects on the body, guys. Does it hurt? And also the hymen, which is the covering around the vagina opening. We're going to be talking about all those things as well, and infections and stuff like that. Anything to do with first time having sex, guys. So come on board with me and let's check this topic out. So guys, when it comes to sex, you have to be both physically and mentally ready for that. A lot of people, some people do take their time, and because it's the first time, they want it to be special. They want it to be, something memorable, and some people do it on a drunken night and forget anything ever happens, or some people even don't remember the first time. Some people, so many reasons, so many things surrounding first time of losing your virginity. So virginity and sex mean different things to different people. Okay, so whatever definition a person uses, many people feel anxious about having sex for the first time. If it's going to be painful, if it's going to be nice, what is it going to feel like, how am I going to feel, how my hormones are going to be. There's a lot of questions in the head of somebody who's never done it before. This is actually a usual concern, okay? And the rumors and the moves that circulate among friends and on the internet, everybody's curious to know. It can create unnecessary fears as well. Understanding what may happen before, during, and after sex can help ease any worries that a person may have. Okay, this is why I'm here to help you guys understand before you do it, understand during the action, and also understand afterwards when you start feeling certain things as well. Okay, how do people prepare for the first time having sex? I don't know. How did you prepare? Or how do you want to prepare if you haven't done it before? These are questions that I know a lot of people ask. Anyway, so what is virginity and what is sex? Defining virginity is not straightforward. I think sex and virginity can mean many various things to different individuals. So historically, people use the term virgin, okay, to describe someone who has not had penetration. penis in the vagina. That's what I'm talking about, penetration. The man's penis in a woman's vagina. Or kind of like a sex with another person. So, however, more recent conversations about sex and sexuality have led to broader understanding of virginity. So, a more inclusive definition of virginity and sex includes various types of, these days there's a bunch of stuff included, like oral sex, anal sex, sex using your fingers, and sex using sex toys, objects, different types of sex. There are some I wouldn't recommend, but let's get into it. So some people feel they have lost their virginity multiple times by having different types of sex. So it is important that individuals feel empowered to define their own virginity experiences, and if they choose to, reject the notion of virginity altogether. So what happens to your body during sex, guys? While having sex, people usually experience physical changes, such as increased heart rate, like your heart will be beating really fast. You have the muscle tension as well, and your blood pressure as well will probably go high. Before and during sex, guys, the body releases hormones. Now, these increase the amount of fluid in the vagina or increase the blood flow to the penis, causing an erection. Okay, a person may also feel their heart rate quicken and their body become more sensitive during sex. Now, sex feels good because of both mental and physical factors. The brain releases hormones that support sexual pleasure, and there are thousands of nerve endings in the genitals that can feel good when stimulated. Okay, so does it hurt when you lose your virginity? This is a good question. First, sexual contact may feel strange, as it is an unfamiliar kind of sensation. It's something you've not felt before. It's your first time. So a few things may feel strange to you. With that said, sex, including the first time, should not be painful. But I believe sometimes some people feel pain the first time. So it's good to just take your time, slow down. You are now experimenting. You are now trying to figure out how you're going to feel, what is happening, what's happening to me, what's going to happen to me. So this is when you take your time to experience rather than just rush into it and go bum, 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 bum. Where are you rushing to? Take your time to figure out what is going on. So to avoid discomfort, people should openly communicate with their partners. So you need to speak before and during sex to each other. Tell each other what you want if they don't already know, and that will help and make things a lot more easier. There's no point the guy doing it so fast, bounce, giving it a passionate, really hard banging sex. Meanwhile, you like the slow motion, love making kind of, Barry White kind of moves. But yeah, it's good to communicate that. If it is a person's first time, guys, it can be difficult to know what does and does not work for you guys. So it is important to take things slow. Like I said, discuss freely with your partner. If sex is painful, guys, stop. Take a break. We're not having a race, okay? Take a break or try something completely different, okay? You don't have to stick to that same, what do you call it? Same vibe, same, what's the word? I know you know what I mean. Try something different, okay? Try something different. So to maximize that pleasure and minimize the chance of discomfort, guys, people should spend plenty of time on foreplay. Now, talking about foreplay, a lot of people don't like to do foreplay due to bad experiences, or if it's your first time, maybe it's because you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to expect, you're apprehensive, like you don't know whether you're going to do it right and stuff like that. Before you have sex, before you have sexual intercourse, guys, foreplay is advisable because you get yourself in the mood, you guys turn each other on that way, and also while you're doing that, you are releasing the hormones, you are releasing stuff that's going to kind of relax the body before you penetrate, so that you're not too tense. You know what I mean? It does help. So foreplay can be kissing, can be caressing, can be cuddling, can be teasing each other, can be exploring certain parts of the body. Foreplay also enhances arousal and prepare a person, a partner, for a more enjoyable experience. Like I said, duh. However, even though foreplay and a state of arousal can help the vagina and the penis self-lubricate, many people still need to use additional lubrication, okay? This can prevent friction and make penetrative sex more comfortable. So adding lube is a must. It's total must, okay? So now, what is hymen? And how does sex affect it? This is very important for you to understand what this word is and what it does. Very, very imperative, guys. On a serious note, one of the biggest myths about first-time sex, vaginal sex, is that a female's hymen that's the thin, elastic membrane that lines the opening of the vagina. So if you're a virgin, for example, it's your first time having sex, pushing a penis through that is going to break that membrane, that opening over there, causing bleeding sometimes and causing pain. So that is why, as a virgin, the man has to go slowly in and not just push it or ram it in. Otherwise, you can damage that membrane, the hymen, that is at the opening of the vagina. Okay, people sometimes call this popping the cherry. Take time popping that cherry so that damages are not caused. You know what I mean? So during sex, guys, the hymen can tear and cause minor bleeding. This is more likely to happen if the hymen is less elastic or has a smaller opening. It can also tear if the penis or the object is thrust strongly against the hymen. Like I explained earlier, guys, take your time. We are not rushing anywhere. Okay, the bleeding is usually minimal, but still take your time. Okay, however, the hymen may not tear during sex. It is flexible and does not usually cover the entire vaginal opening. If it did, menstrual blood and other types of vaginal discharge would have no way of leaving the body. Okay, in many cases, a person's hymen has torn before they have had sex. Some strenuous activities such as sports can cause minor tears in the hymen. Some people are born without a hymen and have nothing to tear. Hang on, I didn't know that. Some people are born without a hymen. Interesting. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Some people believe that a broken hymen is an irreversible sign of virginity loss. However, it is impossible to tell whether a person has had sex just by examining the hymen. It should not be a marker of virginity. Very true. Can losing your virginity damage your penis? Some people with penises are worried about the frenulum, the short band of tissue connecting the foreskin and the head of an uncircumcised penis. Circumcision is when you cut the foreskin off the top of your penis. So yeah, some people are worried about that. They're worried it can tear during first time penetrative sex. This is sometimes known as the snapping the banjo strings. So this frenulum is very fragile and can tear during sex or other strenuous activities. However, having penetrative sex does not mean the frenulum will snap. Okay, guys. A torn frenulum can be painful and cause a small amount of bleeding, but this injury will heal on its own, just like any other minor cut or tear. If it happens, the person should carefully wash the area and gently pat it dry with a clean towel. When should you lose your virginity, guys? This is a serious question. Some people don't think it's a big deal. Some people don't think it's something to think about. But the question is, when should you lose your virginity? People can think there is a right age to have sex or feel pressure from peers. Usually it's pressure from peers, really. However, many people take their time in deciding when or even if they want to become sexually active. Now, if you're a Christian guy, you're supposed to hold on till you're married before you can open your legs to anyone. That for me would be the right time to do that. But a lot of people tend to have it. There's quite a few reasons. It could be you're drunk, you've had it, forced by the other person, or you're curious to know what's gonna happen. There's so many reasons why certain people just dive into that first time penetration. You have to make sure that having sex feels right. Don't be pressured into it. It has to feel right for both individuals, and you have to feel enthusiastic, that kind of desire to explore that part of yourself. Don't feel the pressure that it has to be done. Make sure you are ready for it, to actually enjoy it. Can you get sexually transmitted infection the first time you have sex, which is STI? Every time a person has sexual contact, this is what you need to remember, they risk contracting STI, sexually transmitted infection. People can significantly lower this risk by using a barrier, kind of like a contraception, such as condoms and stuff like that. Just because you have sex once doesn't mean you're not going to get it. There's a chance that you will get it. There's every chance you will get it. Doesn't, but you just have to be more cautious. Some STIs produces no symptoms, so a person may not know that they have one anyway. So before having sex with a new partner, including oral sex or whatever you do, a person should have a sexual health screening. Okay, people should also discuss sexual histories between themselves, STIs with a potential partner, before having sex, just so that you guys are on board. You know where you're coming from. Don't just dive and have sex with just anyone just because you feel like it. I think you need to know where your penis is going, whose vagina is going into, and you also, as a woman, need to know which penis you're welcoming into your vagina, because you don't know where it's been, you don't know what is contracted, you don't know what's on the tip of it, you don't know what's the pushing or ejaculating inside or outside or wherever. On a serious note, you need to know what is going inside of you. So I would have those uncomfortable conversations first before you have fun. Fun is always there, but health comes first. Okay, guys, remember that. Can you get pregnant the first time you have sex? Well, if the penis is inside the vagina, yes, you can get pregnant. Yeah, it's that simple. There are rumors, though, that females cannot get pregnant when they lose their virginity, but it's not true. There are people who have been pregnant the first time they had sex. So please, avoid pregnancy, use your condoms, don't have sex, take contraceptive pills, look after yourself, guys. Don't be doing things that will bring heavy consequences. How will I feel afterwards? So people sometimes feel that losing their virginity would be like a life-changing experience. Each person's experience is different, so don't think Joe Block's experience will be the same as yours. Some may feel happy, some may feel emotional, some may feel relieved, or anxious, or there's no type of there's no particular emotional response, you know. It varies on the individual. Okay. There is no right or wrong reaction to having sex for the first time. Okay, so how someone feels could depend on their expectations or personality. For example, so if you're expecting something before you went into having sex and then it didn't happen, you would be disappointed, you know. I think you should be open-minded to what you think you're gonna feel, you know. Some people feel that having sex changes their relationship. The change can take on many forms, which is usual. Additionally, some people feel a bit overwhelmed during and after sex as well. Remember that one sexual experience is just that, a single experience as part of a greater context. So it does not have to shape the identity or the life course of it. You know, one experience doesn't mean that's how it's going to be all the time. Sex changes every time you do it, depending on what you do. It's a different feeling at times. It changes. It cannot be the same every time. So I think that was quite a lot of information, guys, and I hope that answers, you know, some of your questions. And if it didn't answer any of your questions, do let me know in the description box below or privately through my email or social media. DM me, guys. If anything else you want to know, let me know. If anything you know that I haven't covered, please do let me know as well. I appreciate you guys for clicking on this channel, this video, and thanks for stopping by. And as usual, guys, you know what I'm gonna say: stay blessed. And I haven't got my teeth in. I shall see you in the next video, guys. So take care and have a good week.